Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Friday, the 7th of March 2025, the year BSV comes alive. Experience the best of both worlds today at betbitcoinsv.com, the best casino and sports betting on chain. Have a little flutter in private using the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Right, here we go. So we've got to cover this today. Donald Trump signs executive order for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Michael Saylor has also posted and commented on that. We'll go through this article here that says establishment of the strategic Bitcoin reserve and United States digital asset stockpile. So we'll go over that. Then we've got this fact sheet. President Donald J. Trump establishes the strategic Bitcoin reserve and US digital asset stockpile. It looks like here it says said breaking UK judge orders. Well, this is according to this douchebag here. Fake Toshi Craig Wright to pay $160,000 to developers. He sued. His appeal was found without merit. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of investigating on that. You got this video here by Altcoin Daily interviewing David Sachs, who's on the US crypto reserve board, if that's what you want to call it. We've got some 365 days of Bitcoin history, and then that'll be the end of the show. Right, let's get into it.
Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Teranode, you'll surely see.
Here we go. Right, let's read this then by Cointelegraph. So Donald Trump signs executive orders for strategic Bitcoin reserve. The US President Donald Trump signed an executive order establishing both a strategic Bitcoin reserve and digital assets stockpile. So again, shitcoin pile. It just goes to show that him and his experts know absolutely nothing. The US President Donald Trump has signed an executive order that creates a strategic Bitcoin reserve and a digital asset stockpile, both of which will initially use cryptocurrencies forfeited in government criminal cases. Just a few minutes ago, President Trump signed an executive order to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. White House AI and crypto czar David Sachs said in a March 7th X post. The reserve will be capitalized with a Bitcoin owned by the federal government, that's Greycoin, that was forfeited as part of a criminal or civil asset forfeiture proceedings, he added. Additionally, a March 6th fact sheet from the White House said the order also establishes a US digital asset stockpile, which Sachs said would be made up of cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin. So we've got this post here saying, just now President Trump signs executive order establishing the strategic Bitcoin reserve and US digital asset stockpile. Let's have a look at this then.
Today we're signing, this is very historic, an executive order establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve and digital asset stockpile. This is a promise that you made throughout the campaign, and today we're keeping that promise. The reserve will be capitalized with Bitcoin that the federal government already owns, so it won't cost taxpayers a dime. This is like a digital Fort Knox for digital gold. And premature sales of Bitcoin over the past years cost American taxpayers over $17 billion in lost value because we didn't have a long-term strategy.
Right.
Now we do. So.
And this is something you believe in?
100%, yeah.
Okay.
And the whole community believes in it.
Very good. And they made the promise, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There we go. I mean, Trump, he actually seems quite cool there, but he's just said, is this something that you believe in? So he is literally trusting their judgment, literally on this. Like he thinks that he's doing the right thing, and yeah, fair dues, he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's trusting the so-called experts, and we know that they know absolutely nothing. I wonder if one day Donald Trump might actually ring me. He'd be like, "Oh, Satoshi, yeah, so we should have come to you initially." That's right, mate. Let me tell you all about it. That'll be quite good. I'll say on one condition, Donald, you come on my show and do an interview. Getting Donald Trump on my show. That's right. My show that's got, like 4,000 subscribers and generally gets about 500 views. Getting Donald Trump on my channel, I wonder what that would do. But anyway, he's got all these shysters. He's even got CZ, a CZ who's literally an ex-con. That should tell you all you need to know. You know, you're inviting an ex-CryptoCon, you know, a convict to the White House to discuss Bitcoin. I mean, seriously, like, what on earth? It is insane. But it amazes me now. I'm looking at these people. I'm just like, wow, this is the president of the United States, and supposedly the best advisors that money can buy, and they've got it all wrong. I mean, it's just incredible when you think about it. So we continue. Bloomberg had earlier reported that Trump was expected to sign an executive order establishing a Bitcoin reserve during the White House Crypto Summit on March 7th, which with one option that included seeding it with government-owned crypto. Sachs said the Bitcoin reserve was a digital Fort Knox for the cryptocurrency, and the US wouldn't sell any Bitcoin put in the reserve. It will be kept as a store of value added. The White House said that Bitcoin, that's Greycoin, owned by the Treasury Department, would seed the reserve, and other federal agencies will evaluate their legal authority to transfer any Bitcoin they own into the reserve. It added the Treasury and Commerce Secretaries would make budget-neutral strategies for buying more Bitcoin from the reserve, provided that those strategies impose no incremental cost on American taxpayers. As for the digital asset stockpile, Sachs said its purpose is the responsible stewardship of the government's digital assets under the Treasury Department. Notably, he added that the government wouldn't buy additional cryptocurrencies for the stockpile beyond those obtained through forfeitures proceedings, and the Treasury Secretary may determine strategies for responsible stewardship, including potential sales from the stockpile. What? Days earlier on March 3rd, Trump posted on his Truth Social platform that the crypto reserve would include XRP, Solana, and Cardano ADA. He later added Ether and Bitcoin would be the heart of the reserve. Arkham intelligence data shows the US government doesn't hold any XRP, Sol, or ADA among the $18.28 billion worth of crypto under its control. Its largest holding is 198,109 Greycoin, worth $17.87 billion. Its ETH holdings worth $109 million. The third largest holding behind the $122 million worth of the stablecoin Tether. However, Sachs claimed that he had never been a complete audit of the government's crypto holdings, and Trump latest order directs a full accounting of the federal government's digital asset holdings. The White House said the agencies must give full accounting of their crypto holdings to the Treasury Secretary and the President's Crypto Working Group, established in January through executive order to study the creation of a crypto stockpile. I mean, you know what is fascinating? Donald Trump is going to be the president of the United States when Teranode goes live. And he's literally just got into office, so there's 4 years here. And Teranode is literally just around the corner. I mean, what Gavin Mail said the other day, that the head of the Teranode group said, you know, suggesting quarter two maybe this year. You know, so we've got end of this month. But check this out. So we just had a post here from Wright, letting us know that they are working on it day in, day out. So let's have a quick look at this. More replies. There it is. Look at this. So Light has said here the whole team is working on it ceaselessly every day. And that's a reply to Robbo saying not so much weeks left for quarter one. Is it still on time? I mean, literally the team is working on it. Literally hell for leather, cracking the whip every day. Every day. And this thing is going to be live during Donald Trump's presidency. Amazing. Amazing. So now we've actually got a president who just sort of gets the understanding that blockchain technology is going to be important somehow, but just doesn't quite know how. But all will be revealed. I mean, can you imagine? It's going to be absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. But that was a pretty good article, that. Right, let's have a look at this then. So again, Michael Saylor, blowing the trumpet about this. He said, today, President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. With a fixed supply of 21 million coins, there is a strategic advantage to being among the first nations to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. All right, let's see what this says then. So this is live now. What's this all about? Maybe that's what went on. Okay, so establishment of the strategic Bitcoin reserve in United States digital asset stockpile. Executive Order March 6th, 2025. By the authority vested in me as President by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered. Section 1 background. Bitcoin is the original cryptocurrency. Well, again, fail. It's not a cryptocurrency. It's a commodity. And he's referring to Gregcoin now. The Bitcoin protocol permanently caps the total supply of Bitcoin BTC at 21 million coins and has never been hacked. As a result, its scarcity and security, Bitcoin is often referred to as digital gold. Because there is a fixed supply of BTC, mentioning BTC, there is a strategic advantage to being among the first nations to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. The United States government currently holds a significant amount of BTC, but has not implemented a policy to maximize BTC's strategic position as a unique store of value in the global financial system. Just as it is our country's, just as it is in our country's interest to thoughtfully manage national ownership and control of any other resource, our nation must harness, not limit, the power of digital assets for our prosperity. Section 2 policy. It is the policy of the United States to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It is further the policy of the United States to establish a United States digital asset stockpile that can serve as a secure account for orderly and strategic management of the United States' other digital asset holdings. Section 3 creation and administration of the strategic Bitcoin reserve in the United States digital asset stockpile. The Secretary of the Treasury shall establish an office to administer and maintain control of custodial accounts, collectively known as the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, capitalized with all BTC held by the Department of the Treasury that was finally forfeited as part of the criminal or civil asset forfeiture proceedings, or in satisfaction of any civil money penalty imposed by any executive department or agency, and that is not needed to satisfy requirements under 31 USC 9705 or released pursuant to subsection D of the section Government BTC within 30 days of the date of this order. Each agency shall review its authorities to transfer any government BTC held by it to the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve and shall submit a report reflecting the result of that review to the Secretary of the Treasury. Government BTC deposited into the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve shall not be sold and shall be maintained as a reserve asset of the United States, utilized to meet governmental objectives in accordance with the applicable law. B. The Secretary of the Treasury shall establish an office to administer and maintain control of custodial accounts, collectively known as the United States Digital Asset Stockpile, capitalized with all digital assets owned by the Department of the Treasury other than BTC. That were finally forfeited as part of the criminal or civil asset forfeiture proceedings and that are not needed to satisfy requirements under 31 USC 9705. Yeah, get it. All right. Well, I mean, it's still quite exciting stuff. Let's have a look at this fact sheet then. So, fact sheet: President Donald Trump establishes the Strategic Gregcoin Reserve and U.S. Digital Asset Stockpile, creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve and digital asset stockpile. Today, President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve and U.S. digital asset stockpile, positioning the United States as a leader among nations in government digital asset strategy. The order creates a strategic Bitcoin reserve that will treat Bitcoin as a reserve asset. It also establishes a U.S. digital asset stockpile. Agencies must provide full accountability of their digital asset holdings. Although they're all criminals. Addressing a crypto management gap. Bitcoin, the original cryptocurrency, is referred to as digital gold because of its scarcity and security, having never been delivering on pledge to make America the crypto capital of the world. All right, okay, I mean it's still quite exciting. Check this one out. So Peter Rizzo has said here, a breaking UK judge orders fake Satoshi Craig Wright to pay $160,000 to developers he sued. His appeals found without merit. So let's see what this article here is that Truth Machine has dug up. Oh, so it's a Medium article he's written himself. So he said, Bitcoin law and Satoshi's vision. When was this? That was 3rd of December 2024. All right. And he's going on about cope. So I think he's just basically trying to rebut Peter Rizzo's comment about the fake Toshi, and the appeal was found without merit. All right, well, that's going to be a part of history. That was March 6th. I'm going to put that in 365 Days of Bitcoin History. We'll just have to find the link. But I'm actually quite pleased there isn't going to be an appeal, because I just simply think it would be too dangerous for any judge to side with Craig, just simply due to the value of the market. You're talking about a $3 trillion fraud, a $3 trillion Ponzi scheme that could literally come crashing down. Literally, people would lose billions. You know, they've got investment pension companies in there and all sorts. You know, investment firms, people have put their life savings in there. You know, and it could literally just a house of cards coming down, and that would be on one individual. That would be on a judge doing that, and it just wouldn't be safe for anybody to literally like pull the pin on a $3 trillion Ponzi scheme. And I also don't think it would be safe for Craig either. So I'm actually quite pleased that the appeal is now no longer going forward. I don't think it would be safe or prudent to pursue any appeals either. We're literally just going to have to let Teranode work its magic, because once the, quote here, market has decided, then there won't be any issues declaring that he is Satoshi Nakamoto, because the market has decided, and decisions that people make and evidence put forward isn't going to be a central point of the market flipping. It's literally going to flip on economic incentive, you know, and then the fingers of blame will be rightly pointed at the scammers who were currently in the White House the other day. How crazy is that? Right. Oh, let's have what have we got here next? Here we go. So, Altcoin Daily has just interviewed David Sachs on why Bitcoin is a future. Let's have a quick listen to this then.
The thing that like all these like critics don't seem to understand is the technology. That's the common denominator, whether it's like Howard Marks or Warren Buffett or Charlie Munger, whoever, they're all like great investors or whatever, but they're not technologists.
It's a blind spot. Yeah.
It's a blind spot. And the thing they don't understand about the technology is that Bitcoin is the first digital asset to ever be created that you can't create infinite copies of, right? So think about like a song or a photo or
an NFT
or a video or whatever, anything that's digital, you've always been able to make an infinite number of copies. Isn't that what the word digital means? Is that it's infinitely copyable. So how do you have digital money that can't just be infinitely copied?
Because each Bitcoin is actually an NFT. Each Bitcoin is a non-fungible token. The Satoshis are fungible. Each Bitcoin is not. A bit like a bar of gold. You can chip gold off a bar of gold, and you couldn't distinguish one chip of gold from the next. But each bar is distinguishable because it has been uniquely identified, as commodities need to be.
Obviously, that would destroy the value. And that was the genius of Bitcoin, is that every transaction is written into this ledger. The blockchain is decentralized, and nobody over the last decade or so has figured out how to counterfeit Bitcoin.
Well, you can't really counterfeit it, but you can remove all contractual credibility and economic value and remove any claim on it by segregating the signatures, and they've done that. But you lose the number one legacy address, and you've effectively you have created an altcoin, a new protocol. It's not Bitcoin.
How to make a duplicate? How to double spend Bitcoin? The thing that
yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an NFT bit of data. That's what it is. Just it's an NFT token. That's really what it is. All right, some 365 days of Bitcoin history on the 7th of March 2014. A quote here. Oh yeah, so check this. So this was when Satoshi Nakamoto actually responded to where was it? Here we go. Lee McGrath's finger pointing at Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto, and so the next day was when Satoshi Nakamoto, who hadn't been heard of in a long time, speaks for the first time in 5 years. He said, "I am not Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto." I think we've got it here. There we go. "I am not Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto. Real Satoshi Nakamoto speaks for the first time in 5 years." And there was the response. "I am not Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto." And I think that should Oh, where was that again? Here we go. An online account last used by the Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto was spoken for the first time in 5 years, stating he is not Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto. And these shitcoiners will tell you that Satoshi Nakamoto is dead. Oh right, so he didn't. Yeah, nobody had heard from him in 5 years, so he's clearly monitoring things. But yeah, the next day he's just like, I'm not Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto. So stating he's not Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto, the 64-year-old man thought to have made the virtual currency. Los Angeles resident Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto was claimed to be the creator of Bitcoin by a feature in a Newsweek magazine. Hours later, the Japanese American was hounded by journalists, chased across town, and finally interviewed at a local Associated Press bureau. Newsweek's is owned by IBT Media, parent company of IBT Times. There we go, look. I am not Dorian Satoshi Nakamoto. Epic bit of Bitcoin history there. Great stuff. Right, and that is a quick 20-minute show. Great stuff. We'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. So, as ever, if you enjoy these updates, please ding all donations for your appreciation to either Satoshi at Senbi.com, Handcash.io, Rockwallet.me, Simply.cash, Relasia.com, or Senti.ch. We'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.